Alright guys, back with part 2 Metal Gear Solid. I'm inside of the base, or whatever you want to call it. I should have ended the video a bit later. Oh god, here it comes. He sees the body. Taking the base. Oh, dang it. Oh. Go back to the truck. Yep, you gotta go prone, sir. Alright, so I think Chico's done talking, maybe? Nope, we got more. I'm just trying to make sure I don't get caught.
CP, this is Zulu 2. No sign of the enemy. Searching the area. Over.
This is CP. Understood. Don't let them get the drop on you. Keep your guard up. Out.
Okay, so they're searching. Oh, it's music. Really? Here we go. Paz's diary.
As of today, I will be living here at Mother Base. Now my real trial begins. Zadornov was paying my room, board, and tuition, but he has since been captured. I told the man that with no more money from the KGB, I could no longer afford school. He bought my story, and when I said I would be willing to work, he took pity on me and let me stay. For some reason, Miller really pled my case. That was helpful, but the man is still a fool. His men are no better. They think their training makes them strong, but that kind of strength is nothing in the face of true power. And better yet, they wait on me hand and foot, believing I am just a schoolgirl. Looks like I won't be working too hard after all. Just today, while scouting out the living quarters, I saw a group of them in the corner of the deck making a fuss. Going over for a look, I saw they were feeding a kitten. A bunch of grown hard men, and they're the ones acting like schoolgirls. Look, isn't he cute? What is wrong with them? Disgusted, I just nodded and smiled. I must stay in character after all. I indulged their chit-chat for a few moments. Then one of them asked me to give the thing a name. They had just taken it from its mother. I named it Nuke. I improvised some nonsense about how our compassion for living things can help prevent wars. The men gave me a little fish. I held it out in my palm, and the kitten happily ate it up. What a pathetic, feeble creature. It sickens me. Today, Chico invited me to go fishing with the soldiers. I suppose finding one's own food does have its merit, but I prefer not to be involved in such a degrading task. And their prattling on about fishing being fun is nonsense. I'm not here to find playmates. Nevertheless, distasteful as it was, I went along in order to maintain my cover.
That's where I need
Chico
to go.
thrust a fishing pole into my hands, and we went up onto the deck where several soldiers had gathered. They welcomed us warmly. With so few women aboard Mother Base, I'm treated like a princess. No one suspects I am neither a teenager nor a student. It was nice and sunny, with a gentle breeze and waves. As I cast my line and waited for a bite, the soldiers began to ask me all sorts of questions. As always, I answered according to our predefined scenario, feigning a smile. As I sat there feeding them lies, the fish began to bite, and the soldiers began to focus on their prey. Chico had his bait stolen by a fish, and got so angry that he stood up and nearly fell into the sea. Everybody laughed. It almost made me want to join in too. At some point, I got a bite myself. The instant after I felt that first gentle tug, the fish yanked the line with astonishing strength, and I let out a cry of surprise. I thought he was going to be huge. It was my first time fishing, and I was a bit flustered, so the soldier beside me helped by supporting the pole from behind. "Reel it in," they shouted. I nodded, turning the handle as fast as I could. I wondered what kind of fish lived below the surface, and thought back to the deep sea dives I had to do as part of training. Those were difficult days, but I remember finding the multicolored fish gliding through the water incredibly soothing. After a hard fight, I pulled it up. To my surprise, it wasn't even half a vara, rather anticlimactic. But I wasn't doing it for fun, so I wasn't the least bit disappointed. Nook was hovering nearby with an expectant look on his face, so I gave the fish to him. All in all, a thoroughly wasted day. Preparations are coming along nicely. No one suspects me of being the one to let Zadarnov out of his cell. Today, Amanda and I taught Cecile how to make gallo pinto. It is a simple home-cooked dish consisting of black frijoles mixed with arroz. It is well known throughout Central America, not just in Costa Rica. So it is not...
Now he does it. Now he goes for the bait. What is this? It's just going...
that a Nika like Amanda would be good at making it. But I... States from a very young age, and could hardly even remember my mother's gallo pinto. Having to make chit-chat with that clueless bird lover and the so-called revolutionary was excruciating. And, clueless or not, I wanted to be especially careful around Cecile, the one who actually recorded that tape. Thankfully, Miller and his men seemed to believe I mistook the tape I found for one my friend made. In any case, one can never be too careful. Anyway, the three of us minced garlic and herbs, then... My cover is blown.
CP, this is Delta 6. Lost sight of the enemy. We're going to search the area. Over.
This is CP. Understood. Can't have gotten far. Stay alert. Out.
Don't touch me, you son of a bitch!
She looks weak. We need her alive. Yes, sir.
We go up here and point all of these light beams into the air.
You're back early today.
Early?
And the sun is still up.
CP, this is Zulu 10. Arrived at scene. Beginning check.
Yeah.
Over.
CP. Understood. Keep your eyes open.
Yes?
Out.
Let us not do this, okay?
CP, this
Huh?
is Delta 1. We
I
finished our search
do
of the
not
area.
think I want to
Couldn't
talk
find
to you.
anyone. Over.
But I came here to...
Just
Don't let your guard
quiet.
down. They could still be in the area.
or I'll scream.
What the? I don't get it.
CP, this is Zulu 10. You ready?
Zulu 10, what's wrong? Come in, Zulu 10. We have a situation. All units on alert.
You can move back and forth while hanging. You can also climb back up or let go and drop. Just be sure of your surroundings before you do.
What the hell?
CP, this is Delta 1. Taking enemy fire. No eyes on the shooter. Over.
This is CP. Understood. All units on alert. The enemy's hiding somewhere. Find them. Out.
No. I need to turn that light on. Oh. Suppressor or not?
CP, this is Zulu 7. An enemy got to one of us. I just found his body. Over.
This is CP. Understood. Titan security is find the intruder. Out.
CP, this is Delta 1.
Delta 1, what's wrong? Come in, Delta 1.
Taking fire!
We have a situation. All units on alert.
CP, this is Zulu 7. Just got shot out of nowhere. No gunfire heard. Must have a suppressor. Over.
This is CP. Understood. All units on alert. The enemy's hiding somewhere. Find them. Out.
Honestly, I don't know where I'm going, but I think I may be able to blow those up. But let's see, let's check out her. Guys, I think I'm gonna cut this short. I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. Yeah, there's probably gonna be part 3, and